All right, last thing to review for the midterm is going to be our food web. So our different types of organisms and our what if scenarios. So first off, we have producers, which are going to create their own energy. So they're not creating energy, they're converting it. They're taking sunlight and they're converting it to usable energy. And then we have consumers, which have to eat to get their energy. So our producers are going to be things like plants, things that can transfer that light energy into usable chemical energy. Consumers are going to be things like us, things that need to eat to get energy. We can't just go outside and stand in the sun and say, that's enough for today. I have enough energy to get through. No, we have to eat to get our energy. And we have a couple of different types of consumers. We're going to have herbivores, which only eat plants. That's going to be things like zebras. Omnivores, which eat plants and animals. That's going to be things like us or monkeys or different types of birds. Lots of omnivores. And then we have carnivores, which only eat animals. So that's going to be things like lions or tigers or foxes. And then we have another type of organism called a decomposer. So a decomposer is going to break down dead organisms and return nutrients back to the soil. So they essentially recycle dead and decomposing matter back into the ecosystem. That's going to be things like earthworms, different types of bugs, or mushrooms. And then we have scavengers. So scavengers, they're a type of consumer that eats animals that are already dead, but they don't recycle it back into the ecosystem. That's going to be things like a vulture or certain types of crabs. So in food chains and food webs, arrows represent which way the energy is going. So in this example, the sun transfers energy to the plant. The plant transfers energy to the squirrel. And all of our food chains and food webs are going to start with the sun. All of the energy originates with the sun. Then the producers convert that to usable energy for the rest of the ecosystem. So we're mainly going to be looking at food webs. So food webs are just multiple food chains put together, and it gives us a better idea of an ecosystem because we can see things that get their energy from multiple different places instead of just seeing one possibility. So with our food webs, the biggest types of questions you'll see are what if scenarios, and then just kind of telling me what the arrows mean. So I might ask you, where do fish get their energy from? And you'd have to tell me that fish get their energy from plankton. And the other major type of question, like I said, is going to be those what if scenarios. So if this happened, what would be the result? So I might say, if my plankton go extinct, what would happen to my fish? The answer there would be the fish population would also go extinct because they no longer have a food source. Or I might do a couple of steps removed. I might say, if my plankton go extinct, what would happen to my penguins? So if my plankton go extinct, my fish are going to go extinct, and then my penguins are down a food source. So they're most likely going to start decreasing as well. Or I might ask about the top of the food chain. I might say, my penguins go extinct. What happens to my fish? So if my penguins go extinct, there's no longer anything eating the fish. So that fish is going to overpopulate. There's going to be too many fish. And then that's going to affect the rest of the food chain as well. Now that plankton population is going to start going down because my fish are going to be eating all of it. All right, so that's all you need to know about our food webs. Like I said, main types of questions you're going to get are going to be definition questions on producer, consumer, decomposer, and which way energy flows in a food web, and then some what if scenarios. So remember, with your what if scenarios, take it one at a time. So if I start off with plankton and ask you about the leopard seal, don't try and go plankton straight to leopard seal. Go plankton to fish to penguin, then to leopard seal. Don't skip steps there. Make sure to think about it step by step. All right, that is our food webs, and that is all you need to know for your midterm tomorrow or Friday, depending on what class you're in. If you have any questions on any of this, please, please, please email me so that I can answer those questions before your test.